Hello, yogi friends. I am coming to you from the Selinsgrove Pool, and what better way to enjoy your after yoga practice than to take a dive into the pool. So today we're just going to do a 20-minute practice because the sun is beating down on me. It's really warm, and you don't have to do a full hour to get the benefit of a yoga practice. So we're going to come to stand on the mat. Standing up nice and tall, feet are hip width apart. Palms are down by the side, facing out, and we're going to settle into the practice, taking a deep breath in here, maybe sealing off the eyes. Rooting into the earth. I love the sound of the water behind me. And we're going to start moving, just taking some twists back and forth, moving the arms and the hips, just warming up the spine. And then we're going to take those arms all the way up as if we're swimming, moving them overhead and then down, side to side. Let's do that. Back up and down. And then we're going to bring the arms up overhead. Bring the hands to clasp, and we're going to take a bend over, hinging at the hips, coming into a standing cat pose, pulling navel to spine, reaching out with the knuckles of the hands, and then reach it back up to reset, and then send it back over to standing cat. Bring it straight up. Take those arms out by the side, and we're coming into a forward fold. The knees can be bent or straight here. Take a lift to flat back, and then forward fold. Let's take those legs out behind us. We're coming into a down dog here. In our down dog, we're going to pedal those feet out. Opening up those calves. And then find some stillness here. And we're just going to come over to the blades on the right blade, right outside blade of the foot, dropping the hips to the right. Stretching open that side body while also strengthening that right side. And then finding your way to the other side, dropping those hips over to the left. I'm looking at this pool and it looks so inviting. And then back up to down dog. We're going to do a couple sun salutations here. So, hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Lift to flat back. Forward fold. Rise on up to high mountain. Hands come together and heart center. Circle sweep the arms around and up overhead. Forward fold. Lift to flat back, forward fold. Send the legs out long behind you. Drop the knees and lower down, rolling through a chaturanga, lifting up to cobra, tucking the toes under and sending it back to down dog. Catch your breath here. Hop or step to the top. Lift to flat back, forward fold. Rise up to greet the sun, although the sun's behind me. Hands come together, heart center. Circle sweep those arms down and around and up. Forward fold. Lift a flat back. Forward fold. Come to plank. Knees can be up or down. And let's flow through our chaturanga. Lifting up and pushing back. We're going to come to lift that right leg up to the sky. And let's bend that knee, bringing that foot all the way through, dropping the back heel and rising up to warrior one. Take a little lift back and up, and then fold over that right knee. Send that foot back, flow through your chaturanga, and we'll meet in down dog. Float that left foot up, bend that knee, and bring it on through. Rise up to warrior one. Lift back, reaching with the fingertips. And then float the hands back down to frame the foot. Flow through your chaturanga. And send it back to down dog. Lift that right foot up to the sky. And we're going to bring that leg all the way through. Drop that back heel. Rise up to warrior one. Straighten that front leg. And then we're going to reach out, hinging at the hips over that right leg. And drop those hands all the way down to frame the foot. So we're in our pyramid pose here. And then if it feels right to you, sweep that right hand up to the sky. So we're in a revolved pyramid. And drop that hand down, bend the front knee, rise back up to warrior one. Take a little bend back, and then forward fold over that front knee, dropping into your chaturanga, and back to down dog. Float that left foot up to the sky, bend that knee, bring that foot all the way through, rise on up to warrior one, straighten that front leg, and reach out over that leg, coming into pyramid, second side. Right hand next to left foot, we're going to sweep that left hand up to the sky for a revolved pyramid. Release that hand, bend that knee, rise up to warrior one, take a little bend back, and fold over that front knee, come into plank, drop it down, coming into chaturanga, and come back up. We're going to come to the center of our mat, take a little lift to flat back, and forward fold. And then we're going to rise all the way up, and I'm going to face you. We're going to do a balancing pose. Arms come down, hands to heart center. We're going to lift that right leg, bent knee up in front of us, holding that here, and then pull that right foot into the leg. Now you can come anywhere on the leg. You can come to the ankle, the calf, or above the knee to the thigh. And we're going to do a balancing pose. We're going to attempt to do a balancing pose. One side is always different than the other. And when you find your balance here, maybe focusing on, in this case, the water, the floor, the trees, maybe even growing your tree, reaching up overhead. And then bring it back in, lower that leg, reaching up overhead and forward fold. Lift to flat back, forward fold. Rise on up to high mountain. Hands come together into heart center. We're going to do the second side here. Bend that left knee, bring it on up as high as you're comfortable with. And then we're going to turn that knee out, coming into tree pose. And you may have to encourage that foot to come to where you want it. When you stuck that, send those hands up to the sky if it feels right to grow your tree. Hold it here. And then bring the hands back together, drop that foot, forward fold. Lift to flat back. Forward fold, and we're going to send those legs on back, coming through chaturanga. And back to down dog. We're going to come to wide-legged stance here on the mat. And take those toes pointing forward, arms are out to the side. Let's drop that left hand and float that right hand up to the sky, coming into a twist. Right hand comes down, left hand floats up. And drop that down, rise on up. Arms come together overhead, feet come together down below. And we're going to take a side bend here, reaching for the left wrist with the right hand, bending over to the right side, gently pulling that wrist. Release it. Shake it out. Reach back up again. This time reaching for the right wrist with the left hand. Bend over to the side. And release it. We're going to take the feet a little wider than hip width apart. And we're coming to sit into our yogi squat. Squatting on down, you can keep your hands on the mat or bring your hands to prayer, coaxing those knees open with the elbows. So you're using your whole body here to get in this pose. If it feels right to you, we're going to take that right arm, take the back of that right arm and reach around that right knee, coming into a bind. So bring that left hand around. If you're going to go for a swim after your practice, this is a great stretch in preparation for that. And release it. Float those hands to the other side, reaching around in front and the front with the left, reaching around with the right for the bind. hands to the mat. And then we're just gonna sit on back and take those legs nice and wide. We're gonna walk the hands forward, flex the feet, hinge at the hips, not dumping into it, and go out as far as you can, finding that stretch in the groin. Take a little lift up, walk those hands over to the left, and bend out over that left leg. Walk the hands all the way over to the right. And back to center, lifting it all up. Bring the pads of the feet together for our butterfly pose or bound angle. Sitting up nice and tall and hinging at the hips. Lean out over those feet. And release it up. We're going to just come into easy pose, and we're going to just close out this practice. Taking a nice deep breath as we reach up to the sky. Hands come together overhead, and as we release the breath, bring the hands to heart center. One more deep breath here. And on the out breath, release it with an audible sigh. Thank you for joining me with this practice at Pool. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.